and he said something like, "Mother, I would be most grateful if you let me consume a pastry with high levels of sugar and simple carbohydrates."
What 10-year-old talks like that?
I said, "Yeah, whatever, nerd. Go get something at Sooubway."
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We're going to be checking out The Odd One Out, Sooubway, Part 4, the final sandwich on today's video. So I'm guessing this is the finale to his Sooubway series. There was 3 previous videos, this is the 4th, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to be a little bit honest with you. I don't exactly remember like word for word what exactly happened, but I do know the gist of his Sooubway story. I do know for sure the gist. And I'm sure he'll give us a little recap in the beginning, so we're going to be fine. Trust me, we're going to be fine. This is the finale to the Sooubway story. Not the Subway story, the Sooubway. Clearly it's not Subway, clearly it's Sooubway. And once again, I personally don't like Subway sandwiches. Sooubway sandwiches. I don't care for Sooubway sandwiches. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion that I had to get out there. Maybe I probably shouldn't have said it. Like, y'all don't really care for my opinion, but let's watch this video. Don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe. Go ahead and comment, who do you think makes the best sandwiches? Not the best sandwiches, but one of the best sandwiches, Jersey Mike's. I honestly think it's good. The number 43, which is like a Chipotle cheesesteak. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so fire, bro. That's all you need. You just need that and you're good. But enough of me talking. Let's check out The Odd One Out, Sooubway Part 4, the final sandwich. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Guys, buy my card game. It's at Target. Alright, here's the video now. Sooubway will always hold a special place in my empty heart, not because I have fond memories working there, but because some of you really liked it when I talked about working there. And I made buckets with those videos compared to what I was making at Sooubway.
Oh yeah,
which was nice.
Definitely.
Apparently I was hashtag relatable enough to connect with millions of people, and it took my channel to where it is today. And then less than 2 weeks later, I made a part 2 to that video, and I struck an even bigger chord with people. Who likes the sequel better than the original? People think that I use the word Sooubway in my videos so I wouldn't get sued. This is not true. I wasn't successful enough to get sued. They had other problems to deal with at the time. I called it Sooubway for a joke. In my first video, I said, I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop.
Wow.
I don't know if any of you guys heard of it.
Throwback.
It's called Sooubway. I was making you think that I worked at an unknown place.
Wow,
and then I
throwback.
subverted your expectations by saying I worked at Sooubway. But now at this point in my career, I am calling my previous place of employment Sooubway because I don't want to get
sued. Because you're successful now.
Sooubway Part 4. But I never really considered making another one because I don't work there anymore.
Become a math
I have
wizard.
no new stories to talk about the place. But something happened recently.
Okay.
And I do want to talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about
The
it.
I used to work at closed down. And I am so deeply upset at this news that the only way for me to cope is to make one last video about it.
I can actually relate to that. My first job, my first technical job that actually, like, you know, I pay taxes on and everything. Don't do the IRS, but no, my first real job was a popcorn stand in the mall. It was a unique job. It was what introduced me into the world of working. It was in the mall, so a lot of my friends would see me. It was a little stand, so it's not like it was a store. And it was work. It was easy though. It was just popcorn, but wow, I have stories from there as well. Maybe I can get into those stories, make it animated, become the next Odd One Out. Probably not at all. But you know, I can tell you a few stories of what happened in Nurse Popcorn, because I'm not going to say the real name of what it was, but we'll call it Nurse Popcorn. If I called it Nurse, what do you think it's really called? Nurse Popcorn. Okay. But let's go ahead and see what James' last sandwich is about. Ooh, let's get into this video.
So this story happened a couple of years after I quit working at Sooubway. I was behind on a video, so that meant I was in a mentally damaging mindset called crunch mode, and I had been working all day, and I started getting hungry, and I still hadn't taken Floof on a walk, so I decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Take him on a walk?
Floof.
Okay.
I decided to take Floof on a walk to my local Sooubway.
There you go, that's what I was
When I entered
thinking.
the store, I picked up Floof and held her in my arms, because I'm not a psychopath. I know taking your dog into a restaurant is tacky and a health code violation.
Yeah, people don't want to eat around animals.
This is the Sooubway we're talking about. I know how laid back it is here. There are no rules or health codes. One time when I was working
Don't say
at
that.
Sooubway, this 10-year-old kid came in wearing a swimsuit and literally nothing else.
Ew.
And he was unsupervised. He
Ew.
didn't want a sandwich, all he wanted was a cookie, but this kid wasn't wearing shoes or a shirt.
Ew.
The 2 things you need to get service at a restaurant. So did I tell this shirtless delinquent to get lost? No, he had money, so I did business with him.
Wait, you don't need pants to get service?
Shirtless people.
Okay, Jenks, you thick.
Probably at the grocery store next door, and he just got done with swimming lessons, and he said something like, "Mother, I would be most grateful if you let me consume a pastry with high levels of sugar and simple carbohydrates."
What 10-year-old talks like
I
that?
said, "Yeah, whatever, nerd. Go get something at Sooubway." So the point of this story is to let you know that I was the kind of employee who, as long as you were willing to pay for your food, didn't care what you were wearing or what health code you were violating.
Dave seemed like he was a pretty cool employee because I remember one time I actually didn't have a shirt on, but it was at a Sonic, and I was at the outside one. You know, the one obviously they're all outside, but the one you actually sit down at the table, not the one you pull up your car. I didn't have a shirt because I think it was just literally hot. I live in Texas. It can get 100+ degrees in the summer, so you probably sometimes will take your shirt off, especially if you've been walking for an hour plus in that heat. And they actually wouldn't serve me. They told me that they wouldn't serve me, even though I already made my order and everything. I'm like, bro, literally, I have the money. You can just hand me the food. I don't know why you already make the food. Then you will say you can't serve me just because I'm not wearing a shirt. Like, that's so ridiculous. You're so tacky. Like, you're ugly. What is your life?
This is a gosh darn Sooubway. So I walk in with Floof, and it's completely empty, by the way. Seems like I'm the only one in this town that even likes Sooubway.
I love
and
empty
the worker,
places.
AKA the only other person in the store, said, "Is that a service animal?" Floof's not a service animal.
Just
Unless
say
the
yes.
service you want is someone to chew up all your stuff and bark at everyone.
Just say
she
he
still
is.
emotionally supports me when I tell her I'm gonna die alone. She tries to make me feel better by licking the inside of my nose. But I didn't want to lie
That's
to this
sad.
guy about Floof's emotional support status, because if I said yes and he said prove it, I would be in trouble. So like the emotionally stable enough to not need a dog person that I am, I said, no. And he said, "She can't be in here. If the health inspector came in, they would fire me on the spot."
Relax, bro.
Like, jeez, dude, you're gonna let the health inspector treat you like that?
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself once.
Stand up.
So I said, "Okay, I'll leave." Yeah, there are other restaurants in walking distance, Sooubway guy. The ramen place lets me order with Floof in my arms all the time.
Aw.
I know this because I've already been there twice this week, and the only reason I'm even getting Sooubway is because I don't want the ramen employees thinking that
To
I'm a
see you
weird guy
again.
who brings my non-emotional support dog everywhere. You missed out, Sooubway. Do you know who I am? I used to work here. And then the guy called my bluff. He said, "Wait, we can make it fast." Jimmy John's. This kid's standing
That's what
up
I'm
for
talking
himself. I'm
about.
proud of him.
I'm proud of
I knew
you too.
exactly what to tell him. I want a foot-long ham sandwich on Italian bread with American cheese. I know that's the hardest cheese to pull apart with gloves on, but whatever. He sped run putting on the meat and cheese, and then he asked me what kind of vegetables. And in my mind, I went, "Hold on, you didn't ask me if
I want it toasted. You need it
What
toasted.
you're doing. You're trying to get this sandwich finished as quickly as possible, so you're not even going to ask me if I want it toasted.
You need to
Oh my
toast
God.
it.
Well, it's okay, because I didn't want it toasted, but I'm onto you.
Oh, he doesn't
And
get
then
toasted.
Jumped over the counter, peed on the olives, and bit the guy in the jugular.
No, you didn't.
And then licked the inside of his nose. Some people take their job way too seriously.
I personally wouldn't mind if a dog was in the restaurant. If I was working at this Subway, I personally wouldn't mind. I assume he is right that if you have a dog in a restaurant that is not a service animal, you can get in trouble. But man, like these days, what does it take to get a service animal? All you need is it to be an emotionally support service animal. Bro, I swear, everybody needs emotional support these days. So you telling me I can go to this Petco, be a little sad, like, oh, boo-hoo, I need a dog I can take everywhere, and I can just call it my emotional support because I don't want to leave him at home. Can I do that? Like, is that all it takes? Or do I need, like, something from a doctor or a therapist saying that I can't be left alone, that I need the companionship of my furry little friend, or else, I don't know, I'll go crazy or sad? Is that something like that? Or can I just straight up say, boo-hoo, I need to take this animal everywhere I go, and I'm good?
Well, at least some Sooubway workers are more laid back like me. Like this one time not too long ago, I went back to the Sooubway I used to work at, and I didn't recognize any of the people there.
Oh, gosh.
But someone did get recognized in that store. Me. One of the workers said, "Are you the guy that made the cartoon about working here?"
Yeah, he
And
did.
I said, "Yeah."
Yeah, he
I tried to
did.
make his job interesting by telling him, "Hey kid, this is the place." What?
You told
What
him?
happened, kid? These floors are the very same floors that I used to mop.
I know he went
Missed a
crazy.
spot over there. And this kid lost all 6 of his olives.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I don't use my fame to get into places I'm not supposed to. usually.
Okay.
But this kid was so excited, and I used to work here, so I asked him, can I go in the back? Which is probably breaking a bajillion health code.
He let you go in the back?
This kid didn't care. He let me in.
Wow.
It had been 3 years since I had been back there, and literally nothing had changed. I don't know if any of you have ever moved out of your parents' house, and then 3 years later you went back to visit and saw your childhood bedroom.
Facts.
It was that sort of feeling.
Facts.
The chip boxes were still in the same place. Inside the freezer, all the food was pretty much where I left it.
Wow.
And the bulletin board had all the same papers.
Wow.
One of the papers was a list of all the employees with their names and phone numbers, and that list was so old that it still had all of my old coworkers' names.
Wow.
And it even had my own name and number still on the sheet. It had been crossed out, but I still went, ah! And I punched it out with a pencil. Maybe that's how my phone number got leaked. And then I thought, I wonder if the other number is still here. In the very back of the room, there was
this?
desk. And I
Okay.
got down on the gross, unmopped floor, and I scooted underneath the desk, and oh my gosh, it's still here.
Was
when
there?
I used to work there, one of my coworkers found the store's Wi-Fi password and wrote it down on the bottom side of the desk.
Oh, wow.
So then everyone could watch Netflix instead of work. And
That's
he
dope.
had no idea it was there, and he typed it into his phone, and it still worked. All right, don't tell people that I told you this, I said. We can't let anyone know this secret. But then the place closed down, so now no one can get in trouble.
Man, this is crazy. Like, oh, I feel like I'm on this little adventure with him right now. I feel like I'm working on Sooubway as well. And those be the best moments when you find the Wi-Fi password to wherever you're working, especially if they don't let you get the free Wi-Fi. That'd be so clutch, because then you can watch Netflix. You can, watch YouTube videos. You can send Snapchat videos without burning through your data. I had a job at a place, baseball park, and it had no service because it was like in the middle of an unknown field, like a desolated field. So there's no service. There's no cell towers like that. So we couldn't use our data. We had to rely on the Wi-Fi, and it was rare if we would get the password. One day we finally got the password. Everybody shared it with everybody, and since then, bro, we've just been like straight watching Netflix, setting Snapchats, been using Wi-Fi at work. It's pretty lit.
Anyways, I'm gonna miss that place. It was gross, and I didn't love working there,
Ew.
but in the end, it was the most memorable job I had as a teenager.
That's nice.
As it was the only other job that I had. It formed a good work ethic, I made new friends.
That was your
and
first and
I
last
ate
job?
food sometimes.
Wow.
But now I might get sued for this video, so we'll see what happens. So now, every time I walk into Sooubway with my non-service animal, a little part of me will be sad that my old Sooubway is in ruins.
Aww.
Okay, maybe it's not in ruins, but they'll probably turn it into a nail salon or something. Nothing lasts forever, so
Period.
it's time to give Sooubway a proper burial.
Is he really gonna give it a burial though? Hold on, James. Don't play with my emotions like this. Relax. This man, James, you gonna play with my emotions like this? Oh my gosh. Someone get this man a, what is it, an Emmy? An Oscar? The sandwich, Italian bread with ham, American cheese. He's wrapping it back up. Are you gonna bury your sandwich? This is very... Oh wow. I'm not gonna lie, this is very symbolic, His first and last job. He's burying the hatchet. He's burying his past and moving forward. Don't do this to me, James. You made me cry. Ugh. Hold on. You know how long it takes to actually dig a hole though? It's actually kind of annoying. I had to bury a body once. Man, that took forever. Okay. Just have to pause it one more time. This man James really has me done. No, first of all, I never buried a body. I don't need y'all going and calling people. Oh my gosh, Prince Charming just admitted to. Blah, blah, blah. No, it was a joke. But James, you really trying to get nominated for an Oscar? He's really trying to become an actor. All of a sudden, he said this YouTube thing was fun. This whole animating thing was fun. But it's time to follow my dreams. It's time to go to Hollywood. Aww. Bury that last sandwich. Yeah, let the worms have it. It's worm food. Who eats Subway? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I used to eat Subway a lot. I used to eat it a lot. I'm not even gonna lie on it like that. Subway definitely did have its run in my heart for a little bit. But now it's time to bury it, just like James did. Go ahead and walk away, James. It's over now. Ooh, this is a good video. You may make the sandwich, but the sandwich you eat makes who you are. Oh my gosh! Albert Einstein did not say that. That was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, so yeah, there you have it. Sooubway, the final sandwich. I guess that was the epic finale to the Sooubway stories. Wow, this was a way to end the Sooubway series. It's crazy. I didn't know Odd One Out blew up from the Sooubway sandwich stories. I always knew that those were very popular, but I didn't know that's really what gave his channel, like, you know, a huge push and traction. So it's dope seeing how he talked about his first job on his new job as a YouTuber was really what made him. It's kind of cool, you know. But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, comment on this video if you want to apply from yours truly, Prince Charming. My name is Prince Hawk. Stay charming, my friends.